What is up, party people? Welcome to episode 3, which is... Guys, I think at this point we've hit the ground running. We've found something that worked, and we're really just... We're here to have a good time. We're here to have a good time. Yeah, so, love that y'all, hopefully y'all are still liking this. Hopefully y'all haven't gotten sick of me yet. Wow, fully blinked out there for a minute. That is so funny. I was hoping the intro to this video would have been funnier. It hasn't been. I'm gonna got my caffeine today. So I decided to film this a little earlier in the day than normal because usually I film these after I get off work, which is at like 4:30, but I have to grocery shop, clean, and stuff before my weekend, so we're kind of just doing this earlier, which is good because I still have drinking my Monster, which is like jet fuel, so I might be a little bit more off my rocker than normal, if you know what I mean. I don't know. I don't know why. Get off my phone. Yeah, so anyway, blah 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 blah, spit it out now. So yeah, we've of course got the laptop because we have the list of things that we need to talk about, okay? So let's get into it, okay? Did anything crazy happen this week? I don't think anything like crazy happened this week. Other than just, I don't know, this week flew by. This week wasn't literal hell. Okay, that monster kind of went up my nose. That monster went up my nose a little bit. So that's good. Monster up the nose. We're off to a really great start, guys. Really great start. Finished some books over the week. Reading new books. New series started. We'll kind of get into that. The music scene's popping off, guys. And also, this episode we're going to talk about our aspirations for 2026 and our future. So, yeah, sit tight. Hopefully you're listening to this with no pants on. In a perfect world, I would be filming this with no pants on. Actually, that's not true. I am too skinny. This is gonna sound so stupid, but I'm too skinny to do this without pants on because I will get too cold. But then at the same time, I run super hot. So it's like I can never win. So that's just kind of something you have to do. That's just kind of something that, yeah. Wow, the energy with this one is really just... I feared this one's gonna be a chiller one. And that's okay, right? There is a correct answer to this, and the correct answer is yes. You guys are okay with me having a chiller one of this. So, yeah. Guys, guys, TikTok has kind of been my number one enemy right now. Not actually. I love TikTok. I actually spend. I think. Wait. Let's pull up our screen time. Let's see how many typical hours do I spend a day on TikTok. Actually, let's just go through my screen time in general. Okay. It's a really high daily average, and it's. Guys, my daily average is 21 hours, and that's down 11% from last week. Why am I on my phone so much? What do I have to, what? Okay. Actually, I know why it's so high. Because it's calculating my iPad, and usually I have my iPad playing, the door just moved on its own. The door in the bathroom just moved on its own. Am I gonna die? I might. Stay tuned to see if I die or not. Anyway, back to it. Actually, my screen time's really good if you don't count. Wait. Let's do just my phone. Okay, my daily average on my phone is only 6 hours. And I spend most of my time on Instagram. I spend about 6 hours a day on Instagram. That's great. I mean, 6 hours a week. I usually spend about an hour a day on Instagram. Oh, I guess I only spend like 30 minutes on TikTok. Guys, I'm not using social media as much as I thought I was. I'm really not using social media as much as I thought I was. Okay, but across all of my devices it's so high because I usually have like something, I usually just put on like American Dad or something on my iPad just because I sleep better when there's something playing there. Like, if I can just mindly, like, play solitaire on my phone for a little bit while something's playing and then just, shut my eyes and then there's just something there. I think I'm too crazy and high strung to be able to just fall asleep to silence. It doesn't work. It's weird to me. It's actually just weird to me. So, yeah. Anyway. So, yes. About TikTok. Here's the thing. Love to scroll on TikTok. Love to scroll on the TikTok. But it pisses me off when I'm watching something super funny and the next thing you know I see something sad and I'm sobbing. Like I don't need to be on that kind of emotional roller coaster at 6:30 in the morning. Save that for at least after lunch. At least after lunch. Okay? At least after lunch. And yeah, so yeah, I'm kind of beefing with TikTok. But also, here's the thing about me and TikTok is if we're like super close, like me and some of my friends, I will send you a lot of TikToks. Because there will be some times when my For You page really is just at its top tier. And I don't know how TikTok's algorithm works, and I don't care to learn because that's really not for me. That's not information that I need to know. Okay, so I'm not choosing to learn how TikTok's algorithm works. All I know is that usually like later at night is when my For You page will be at its best moments. And I don't really know how to... Here, let's get more... That might be better. So I don't really know like how TikTok's algorithm works, and I don't want to learn. That sounds confusing. That sounds really confusing to learn the nitty-gritty behind it. And you know what? Mama don't know, and Mama don't want to know. Okay? Okay. So yeah, if you know how TikTok's algorithm works and you want to try and explain it to me, you can try, but I'm not gonna listen. I'm probably not gonna listen. At all. So, thank you. I might have another one of these today, actually. I feel like I'm not high strong enough. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm high enough strung. High strung, high strung, high strung, high strung. I'm super high strung. I'm crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They're actually in a room. A room with rats. The rats seem crazy. Crazy? Okay, so... Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so... Along the lines of TikTok, I fear my vocal stemming is at its worst. So we'll just these are like the top vocal stems that I've got right now. The main one is that line from Hudson Williams where he goes, and you got to do it like this. Do you have a message for the gay community? Love ya. Sound is included in the message. So that's the big one. The second one, which might become number one here soon, is computer, make these guys super gay and horny. Make these guys super gay and horny. And I'm not doing her accent right. I'm not doing her accent right, but that, you actually can't say the word computer to me, otherwise I'm gonna start saying that. Okay? You cannot. My third biggest one is, guess who's jealous of Adele? Beyonce. That's the third one. Do I have 5 vocal stems? What are my others? I should write these down. My fourth one... Actually, we'll come back to this if I can remember, but those are the top 3 for sure. Oh, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I have to go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I have to go. Oh, and the 5th one. Oh my goodness. And a lot of people don't get this one, and it's probably because... Actually, I need to look this up. It's this one.
Could not send. Courtney, what the is up with your Wi-Fi? You have this big-ass house, and you can't afford a Wi-Fi box out here? It's
not about affording. It's about radiation. You're gonna die anyway. Die with a good Snapchat. That's that one. I will be literally so silent, and I'll go, it's not about affording. It's about radiation. You're gonna die anyway, you understand that? Die with a good Snapchat going through. Okay, so I just finished Parks and Rec. Like, literally, like, right before this. So, maybe that's why I'm a little, like... Because I get really sad when I finish shows, because... It's just, the last episodes of shows are usually so just, like... good, and... Well, sometimes, but a lot of times they make me cry, no matter how many times I've seen the show. Like, Schitt's Creek I've seen 5 times, and I cry every time at the end of that. Like, it's just so fun to me. It's really fun to spit it out now. It's really so fun for me to be able to just watch like the characters in these shows grow. Um, yeah. So finished Parks and Rec made me a little sad because the last episode of Parks and Rec is really good. Um, I didn't cry, which was really good for me. But I don't know. It really kind of brought the mood for the day down. Um, and we had a really good start to the day, guys, because I went and got bagels for me and my friends for our class this morning. And the girl who's working at Einstein's, I don't even know her name, but love her. She complimented my actually, so I have this little Joker and Harlequin Lego figurines on my keys. And she was just like, oh my goodness, I love your little keychains. They're so cute. And I was like, oh my goodness, thank you. I love you. I didn't say I love you. I did not say I love you because I am not that weird. I can be a little normal when I try. So yeah, I was like, thank you. And yeah, so then they gave me my bagels. And as I was leaving, she was like, have a great day. And never, that must have me, that must, stuttering. I will rip your tongue out and shove it up your ass. Yeah, so that must have mean she liked me because usually when I'm leaving, the workers never say, have a great day. That or it could have been the fact that there was like, that it was really slow at that time. And usually when I go on a Friday morning, it's not slow. It's usually pretty busy. So yeah, that started my day off really good. And then I got back to campus with the bagels at 9:30. Hey, class starts at 10:30. So, hey, you're an hour early. So I just go and sit outside of the classroom in the building where our class is, and I just sat there and read my book. And I was like, hey, you could have left 30 minutes later. Hello, you got up? First of all, you got up 30 minutes before your alarm. When you did not need to. You could have gotten up at your normal time and left at 9:30 instead of 10:30. But hey, it's actually not entirely my fault because I totally thought that Einstein's was going to be busy like normal and I would have gotten back around 10. No, I still wouldn't even. Okay. There was no scenario. I'm not good with time management. And it's not my fault. Okay? Not good with time management. So thank you. Thank you. I hope you're digging the fit today. I'm feeling really good about it. We got the backwards hat. The backwards hat always makes me feel a little more confident with myself, and I don't know why. It's just it's some kind of aura power that the hat holds to where I feel more manly. And I don't know why a hat's doing that. That's the stupidest thing I've ever said. AJ, stop saying stupid things. Can't do it. Can't do that. I, in fact, say stupid things all the time. All the time. Sorry, I need to write something down that I don't forget to talk about towards at the end of this. What were we even talking about? I've actually totally forgotten what we were talking about. Damn, I look really good today, guys. I'm kind of eating this light's doing things. This light's doing things. Doing things. It's doing something to me. And it's making me look good. Okay, we've amped it up a bit, but yeah. So there's about 12 other monsters in that fridge, so I will probably have another one. Thank you. This one's quarter of the way up, quarter of the way to empty. I mean 3/4 empty. That's the correct way to say it. I did open this at about 2 hours ago. So, as you can tell, I drink monsters really, really slowly. Really slowly. But anyway, we've gotten off track. Guys. Verizon released, and I'm sure you've all seen it, because if you're watching this, you know me in some way or another, and I guarantee you I shared a Toy Story. I shared a Toy Story, it's all I've been talking about, but Connor Story was released this little short film / commercial for Verizon, where it was basically like kind of like a horror thing, but then at the end, how do so yeah, it's basically him in jeans and a skimpy little tank top. And first of all, Verizon knew what they were doing when they put him in that shirt and those jeans, because it made his ass look really good, really good. And basically the premise of the commercial was the best butt, the best network, and I was like, how much money do you have to pay somebody to do that? How much money do you have to pay somebody to do that? So, yeah. Moral of the story, congratulations to whoever gets to sleep in the same bed as that man. You are the envy of every child, every son and daughter of God. So, yeah, Connor Story, what can I say? Hit me up if you want to be best friends. Hit me up if you want to make a movie together. Hit me up if you need to send me a cease and desist for saying your name. I don't know. Yeah. Speaking of Connor Story, guys, guess what I bought? I'm gonna start reading Heated Rivalry once I'm done with the current book that I'm on, which I know I keep saying I'm reading my book and I haven't said what book, which leads us to our next point. So here, I'll show you the box empty, but I'm sure you can't even see that. I got a box set of the Game of Thrones series for free, mind you. So, and I've never read these books. I've never even seen the show. So we're reading Game of Thrones right now. And so basically there's 5 books. There's 5 books in this series. The 5 books actually. So there's Game of Thrones, which I'm reading right now, then A Clash of Kings, A Storm of Swords, A Feast for Crows, and A Dance with Dragons. There's still apparently 2 more books to the series that have yet to be published. Baby, are you ever going to finish this series? Bestie. So he basically... Okay, this is new information to me, guys. So apparently, on top of the 5 books in the Game of Thrones, plus, once I finish the 5 books, I'm gonna read A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. There's apparently 2 more books that are supposed to come. The Winds of Winter and A Dream of Spring, which are supposed to finish it. And apparently they've been written, but there's no release date for them. So, baby. Are we ever gonna release those? What's the deal here? I don't actually... No, let's read into this. No, we're gonna read into this. We're gonna figure this out. This book is gonna be so long. He said he's written approximately 1,100 to 1,200 pages, and he says there's roughly 400 to 500 pages left. Guys. Okay. That's a lot. Well, so basically, I'm gonna be reading Game of Thrones for a long time. So basically, what I was gonna do was, after I finish Game of Thrones, I'm gonna read Heated Rivalry, and then after I finish Heated Rivalry, I'll start the next Game of Thrones book, and then after I finish that, I'll read another Heated Rivalry book. Like, I want to really read different books in between the series because I don't know. In my head, I don't want to be just reading Game of Thrones for the next, like, 5 months, which is what I fear it's going to take me. So I am almost, I'm almost halfway through the first book, and I did start this book a week ago. So maybe this one, I might be finished with this one by next week. If not next week, the week after. So yeah. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. Wikipedia stopped distracting me. So yeah, that's what I'm reading right now, is I'm reading Game of Thrones. So what'll happen is once I finish the Game of Thrones series, I will can I stop spacing out, please? This is really bad. Basically, once I finish the Game of Thrones series, the book series, I'm gonna watch the show. Because I also know, isn't there a show? Yeah, there's a series called The Night of the Seven Kingdoms that's coming out this year, right? Yeah, this year. Oh, it already came out. It came out January 16th of this year. No, I did not mean... Shut up, Google. You don't know what you're talking about. And it's been renewed for a second season. Guys, I'm really behind this. I'm really behind. Okay, so then I have to read... So while I'm watching the Game of Thrones TV series, after I finish the Game of Thrones series, I have to start reading A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, so then I can read... So then I can watch A Night of the Seven Kingdoms once I finish Game of Thrones. Which will probably take me throughout the rest of this year, basically, because it's already April. What? It's April, guys. Today is April 3rd. We are 5 months into 2026. Which doesn't even make sense to me. Doesn't even make sense. Like, what even has happened between January and now? Because guess what? I don't remember. Wait. I actually barely remember most of what's happened this year. And this year hasn't even been that bad. Like, it's been a decent year. So, maybe I'm just stupid. Girl, how are you this dumb? How are you this dumb? So, yeah, Game of Thrones. And actually, here, I'll kind of give you a rundown of how I'm feeling. I am on page 294 out of 674. So I'm super close to halfway. So basically, reading it is like, it's very easy to get lost. He George R. R. Martin's a great writer. Great writer. Like the book's great. But it's just what my acne. It's great. Um, it is easy to get lost because I feel like a lot of people are doing a lot of different things, and obviously in this time it doesn't. I don't know what year. I don't remember what year this is taking place. If they said a year, I don't think they did. Um, but obviously there's no phones or anything. Like it's a very simple time. There's no technology. Um, so there's communications not happening between people, and I don't know. I don't really know where it's gonna go. But I'm gonna read the whole series because I don't know. I'm actually kind of liking it, and I really want to. So yeah, but that's all I'm gonna say is it's easy to get lost. So you really gotta just so yeah, it's easy to get lost, but we're getting through it. We're getting through it slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Um, so yeah, if you haven't read Game of Thrones, you should probably get on that. Because I've heard nothing but good things. And actually, my dad has been trying to get me to watch the show Game of Thrones for the longest time, and I've just been like, yeah, I'll do it. Like, I don't know. I never had the biggest want to watch the show because I knew nothing about it. And then what happened last week was when a family friend of ours was just handing me the box set for the books and was like, "Do you want this?" I was like, "Sure." So I took them and I was like, "Well, I'll read these and then that gives me an excuse to finally watch the show." So yeah. That's what we're doing. We're reading the books and then we're watching the show. So get on that. Also, if you're not reading in 2026, what are you doing? Why aren't you reading? What are you against reading? Stupid. So, anyway, I think I've talked enough about Game of Thrones. What do I want to talk? Oh, guys, something big happened. So we're gonna talk about the housemaid again because, and we're mainly gonna talk about the Housemaid's Secret because the movie is coming out December 17th of 2027. And we're only going to talk about this for a little bit, but Kirsten Dunst has officially been cast as Mrs. Garrett, and when I tell you, to me, that's peak casting. And when I tell you, the first one was great. Amanda Seyfried played a great Nina Winchester. And wait, I need to look up the casting. Because who played Andrew? Brandon Sklenar? I don't know his name, but I know he's I guess he's kind of new. But he's kind of a newer actor. God. Great choice for Andrew. Michelle Morone for Enzo. Great. Can't wait to see what they do with his character in the next two movies. But yeah, so Sydney Sweeney's great as Millie. I think Kirsten Dunst as Mrs. Garrett is going to be fantastic. And I'm really just so excited. So December of next year, people. December of next year, it's going to be great. I'm actually so excited. So that's what I had to say on that, because that really great casting choice. Guys, I have to ask you a question. And I need you I need you to answer me honestly. Have you been listening to Dry Spell by Casey Musgraves? Because these... Spit it out. Stop doing that. Casey Musgraves has a new album coming out. On May 1st. It's called The Middle of Nowhere. Actually, sit tight because I'm gonna talk about Casey Musgraves. We're gonna talk music for a little bit now, so get comfortable. So we're gonna let me pull up the good old Wikipedia. So Casey Musgraves has a new album coming out on May 1st of this year called The Middle of Nowhere. And I think she's really going back to... I really think she's going to go back to more of the, like, sound from, like, pageant material and Golden Hour. Which, first of all, I loved Deeper Well. I thought Deeper Well was a great album. It was really... I think it was a perfect album for the time that she made it. She really went... She went a little more folky than she has in the past. But it was a really important album for her because Starcrossed was really just, like, freshly post-divorce. And then Deeper Well was, like, she's like, I'm healing. I'm becoming one with nature. I'm healing. And so now, Middle of Nowhere, I think we're getting back to the classic Casey Musgraves that we know and love. So, it's called Middle of Nowhere. She announced a track list immediately when she announced the album, which is great. A great Casey Musgraves thing, and she released Dry Spell, the lead single, and when I tell you, guys, Casey Musgraves is horny and she needs to get laid. So, yeah, the powers that be, let's get on that. Let's get her satisfied, okay? Now, this track list seems like it's gonna be great. Like, I think this album's gonna be great. Track 1 is Middle of Nowhere. Track 2 is Dry Spell. Track 3 is Back on the Wagon. Track 4 is I Believe in Ghosts. Track 5 is Abilene. Track 6 is Coyote featuring Gregory Alan Isakov. Track 7 is Loneliest Girl. Track 8 is Everybody Wants to Be a Cowboy with Billy Strings. Track 9 is Horses and Divorces featuring Miranda Lambert. Track 10 is Uncertain Texas featuring Willie Nelson. Track 11 is Rhinestone, track 12 is Mexico Honey, and track 13 is Hell on Me. Guys, I think we're in for a wild ride. I think we're in for a very wild ride. First of all, the features list, Gregory Alan Isakov, Billy Strings, Miranda Lambert, and Willie Nelson in the same album. Like, that's fantastic. But now this lead single, okay? If you haven't heard it, I'm about to read you the lyrics to it. And I'm about to read you the lyrics, and so I need you to listen to it. I also need you to watch the music video because it's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So, and if you couldn't guess Dry Spell, she's horny, okay? Could have guessed it. So verse 1 is, it's been a real long 335 days, and the last time it wasn't good anyway. I'm so lonely, lonely with a capital H, if you know what I mean. That right there, poetry. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm so lonely, lonely with a capital H, if you know what I mean. I've been sitting on the washing machine. Hang that in the Louvre. That was beautiful. That brought me to tears. I was like, no way. And then the chorus, ain't nobody's tulip in my shed, ain't nobody's boots under my bed, ain't nobody's truck up in my drive, for a late night call for a real good time. Ain't no new notches on my belt, and I'm tired of keeping my hands to myself. 911, it's officially a cry for help. Y'all, I'm going through a dry spell. Yup. Poetry. Like, if I had a poetry slam, hello, I'm reading the lyrics to Dry Spell by Casey Musgraves, and I'm gonna bring people to tears, okay? Verse 2, so tell me, what's a self-respecting girl to do? I got the bacon and no one to bring it home to. it's a drought out here waiting on a storm. I think it's time for me to take the bull by the horns. And then it does the chorus twice. Like, excuse me, Casey Musgraves. Yes, please. So, really excited for that. Also, guys, Ella Langley releases Dandelion, her second album, in a week. Like, the next time I film this, we will have Ella Langley's second album. So let's pull this up. Okay. We're gonna have to do it this way. So, thank you. So, Dandelion is the name of the second studio album by Ella Langley. Now, you all probably know Choosing Texas. That was released as the lead single. That was the lead single of the album. So we officially have the track names and the track lengths. So this album is going to be 18 tracks long. It is going to clock in at 57 minutes and 29 seconds. So yeah. I need to stop disassociating. So the track list, first of all, she has Froggy When Accordin' intro and Froggy When Accordin' outro as track 1 and 18. Hello, if there's one way to get me... You can't do that to me. You can't do that to me. Froggy When Accordin'... You can't include a traditional song in an album. I'm gonna lose it. That's not fair. Anyway. Also, sorry, my lip. So, the co-writers on this, too, are some great. So, we have track 1 is Froggy When Accordin', track 2, Dandelion, track 3, Choosing Texas, track 4, We Know Us, track 5, Lowlights, track 6, Be Her, track 7, You and Me Time, track 8, Love and Life Again, track 9, I think my lip is bleeding a little bit, it's fine. Track 9, Bottom of Your Boots, track 10, Speaking Terms, track 11, I Gotta Quit, track 12, It Wasn't God Who Made Honky Tonk Angels, track 13, Last Call for Us, track 14, Broken, track 15, Something Simple, track 16, Butterfly Season featuring Miranda Lambert, track 7, Most Good Things Do, acoustic, and track 18, Froggy When Accordin' outro. Now, Choosing Texas, the lead single, which was co-written with Miranda Lambert. That's crazy. Yeah. So, and then Be Her, which was the third single, was written with Hardy, which is crazy. Dandelion was, the title track was the second single which was released the same day she announced the album. And then Loving Life Again, which was the fourth single, was co-written with Ernest. That's pretty great. So, yeah. I'm super excited for this album. I think this album's going to be great, too. We got some things to look forward to. And actually, I have a whole document of, like, albums that I'm, like, ready for that are going to come out soon. So, basically, we have Ella Langley next week. We also have Leve, which is A Matter of Time, the final hour, also next week. I'm pretty excited for that. Then we have Noah Kahan releases The Great Divide on April 24th. That album will destroy me mentally, and I will I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be a happy camper after that releases because I will be so depressed. I will have to be studied. It's gonna be bad. The album's gonna be fantastic. My mental state will not be fantastic after it's released. So stay tuned. Bleachers released their album Everyone for 10 Minutes on May 22nd. And then Olivia Rodrigo just announced her third studio album, which comes out in June, called You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love. So there's some albums to look forward to. Obviously, Lana Del Rey will release an album eventually. I just don't know when that's going to be. And listen, Lana Del Rey, I need you to do less chasing alligators with your husband and more chasing a beat in the studio, okay? Get in the studio, I'm hungry. Like, we can only go so long without food. Music's the same thing. Music is the same thing. I can only go so long without a Lana Del Rey album before it kills me. So get in that studio, get producing Jack, yell at Lana to get in the damn studio and lay down the track. Okay? Tell us about how much you love your husband. That's great. But I want to hear about that in a song. So, yeah. Get in there. Get in the studio and just, yeah. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Lana, if you hear this, we're hungry. We're hungry. But it's also so typical. Like, this is no hate to Lana. It's just something that she's done is she'll announce an album date and it will not come out on that date. I think, well, except with Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard, she did say it was going to come out on March 8th, 2023, and it did come out on March 8th, 2023. But like with Blue Bannisters, first of all, when it was first announced, it wasn't even that title name, and it wasn't expected for that date. So that, yeah, Blue Bannisters, Norman fucking Rockwell. That was also not released on the date. Said it was going to be, I think Ultraviolence. Yeah. Paradise was even supposed to be a full album, but it was an EP instead. So Lana just kind of does what she wants, and I actually really love that for her. So yeah. And the last thing I want to talk about is our goal and aspirations. The goal for this is like, yes, part of me was like, oh, I want this to blow up, and I want to be able to, like, you know, get invited onto people's podcasts, maybe turn this into a career. I would love to turn this into a career because I actually look forward to Fridays so much now because I like filming these, because the idea of this making other people laugh brings so much joy to me. So, like, yeah, I would love to make a career out of this. I would love to, but so we really got to manifest that this goes places. And if y'all could just share it to everybody you know so we can maybe get it to go places, that would be great, because I love the idea of this brightening some people's day. I think that person makes me so happy. Also, yes, I'm about to get mad. I'm about to get real mad. I am an aspiring singer-songwriter. I currently have a notes folder called Songs That I've Written. There are 32 of them. I have one album put together of those 32 songs. Okay? How many other albums do I have planned? 6. So, in my head, I have a full, like, successful music career I have a full music career planned. And yeah, I think the next stage in that is to learn how to produce music. and kind of start getting the stuff to record it. So manifest a record deal as well. Manifest a record deal so that I can tell stories through song as well. I see myself in the future going places, but also I'm trying not to want it so bad that, like, if that doesn't happen in my future, that I'm, like, devastated. But, like, obviously, I think since I was 12 years old, I have been successfully able to picture myself being a singer-songwriter / internet personality, which must mean that if I've had that same if I've had that same, thought, vision, and, like, aspiration for almost 10 years now, it must be some kind of sign from the universe that it will happen one day. And it's just, I'm getting to that stage in my life where I'm like, I've really stopped caring what everybody thinks of me. Because the biggest thing is when I've, like, wanted to do something like that, like when I was that age and I was like, oh, I'm gonna start filming on YouTube, I was like, no, so many people in my life are gonna judge me, so I'm like, I'm actually not gonna do that. Just save myself some judgment. And as of now, I've been really good at just like not caring what people think on the internet, because I don't care. What's the worst that could happen? They don't like me? Whoa, it's not the end of it's not like they're gonna shoot me. Like, it's okay. Like, not everybody has to like me, and I've really been good at dealing with that. So, yeah, these are things we're manifesting throughout 2026. That this podcast starts touching people in ways that, like, makes them feel better in their daily life, and that maybe I can make a career out of this and maybe get to meet some of my idols, and that maybe a singing career is in the future for me, and I really hope that it is. So, yeah. 2026, I've decided. And I've decided for you guys. 2026 is all about manifesting stuff that you want to happen, because manifesting works. Manifesting works. I've seen it happen. It's happened with me. People will tell you manifesting works. So manifest, but also you got to put in some of the work too. You can't just leave it all to manifesting. You got to start putting in some of the work. So, yeah. I think I've said all that I need to say. I hope you all have a blessed weekend, blessed day. If you're loving this, feel free to share it, subscribe to the YouTube channel, stay updated. Episodes come out on Fridays, literally right after I film these. I literally post it to YouTube, so yeah. What else can I say? Love you guys, obsessed with you guys, obsessed with this show, love doing this. 3 episodes in. Let's make it to 1 million, baby. Peace and love. Bye.